Namaste and hi friends, it's Parvati here with Visionary Veda, bringing you your part 2 of the September report, which will include a little bit more on this amazing full moon that we're having. And today is September 2nd, so let's get started. Okay, so today, September 2nd, we have Mercury moving into its sign of exaltation. I went back and listened to yesterday's video, and I realized that I needed to clear something up around Mercury, okay, about what I said. It wasn't precise enough to do this Mercury exaltation justice. I feel that the way I conveyed it wasn't precise, all right? So I used the word critical many times in describing the energy of Mercury in Virgo, which is his exaltation sign. But critical has a negative connotation to it. And when Mercury or any benefic is exalted, there is nothing negative about it. That is why it's exalted, right? So instead of critical, I wanted to say, or kind of illustrate it in a way where Mercury will have this ability to see the flaws quickly. So if you're having any kind of contract negotiations, anything that agreements that need working out, anything that needs to be communicated, it will have the sharpness of its intellect to be able to pick out flaws quickly. So to benefit us, so that they serve us and don't get in the way later, so that we could take care of it now. So in that way is, in that sort of way is the way that Mercury would produce results in its exalted place, which it is starting today. So take advantage of it. In general, an exalted planet such as Mercury, let's just stick with Mercury, it will show its results and things that flow easier. All right, so communication should flow easier, understanding should flow easier, any kind of commerce, any kind of tasks that you feel that you need doing and completing, any type of intellectual pursuit will flow easier and produce results easier than at other times. So right now, this week, up until probably around the 9th of September, when Mars goes retrograde, all of the planets, including this Virgo, including this Venus, all of the planets are in either their own sign or their own nakshatras, or in their signs of exaltation. So the energy that we have behind us for these this coming week, for the rest of this week until the 9th, are super powerful. They're super helpful, and they will contain the energies to our benefit. They will produce the results that we are desiring. They will aid us in achieving our goals. So it's a profound week this week. I feel so, if you have a baby being born this week, wow, your baby is definitely one of the blessed ones. All right, so let's talk about these energies, okay? And then we'll go over the full moon. So like I said, starting today we have Mercury exalted in Virgo. Then we have this Venus that's sitting in the sign of Cancer, which is the sign of the moon. Now, usually this would be a very sweet, nurturing energy, and it still is. It is aspected by Mars and Saturn, so that will give it a little bit of an edge, but compared to where all the other planets are right now, it shouldn't be anything too extreme. Basically, in going back and listening to the video that I did yesterday, I felt like maybe there was too much of a negative spin on it. So I wanted to present this in a different light. So this Venus does do very well in the sign of Cancer. right? Why? Because they are both the Jala Tattva. What does that mean? They are both of the same element of water. Now, in the Vedas and in Ayurveda, the elements all have certain qualities, right? And the quality that water, the Jala Tattva, has is that of love. And if you think about it, you know, the moon is our emotions, right? And represents unconditional love, the unconditional love of the mother, right? And when you feel this unconditional love of the mother, it just flows. You feel the flow of love, you feel its nourishment, you feel its tenderness, you feel its grace, you feel its love. Yeah, you feel held and nourished and cared for. In the same token, when you have love in other relationships, Venus, right, which is more conditional in nature, yet feels so lovely and pleasurable, right? The Venus, right, the planet, the water element of that sort of love, of the love of companionship, the love of friendship, the love of helpful people in society, right? It feels good. You feel safe. You feel contained, right? You feel nourished by this. So the Jala Tattva is a very nourishing energy. And with Venus in that sign of Cancer, sidereal Cancer, the activation of that Tattva is definitely there on relationships. Your feeling of love and compassion towards others will be activated. So it's a great time to work on any kind of forgiveness, any kind of trying to understand or smooth things over. Like I said, it could be met with a little bit of resistance, but that's not anything that the mighty power of water can't wash over and soothe, okay? So that's with Venus. And then we have Mars, like I mentioned, in its own sign of Aries. In it, when the planets are in their own signs, they help the significations of those signs. So Aries and Mars will help us to stay focused on our goal. It will give us energy to be able to achieve those goals. Oh, here goes my computer glitching again. I'm so sorry. I need to figure out what to do with this. Anyway, moving on. So Mars, very direct, very focused, very vital energy happening in the sign of the individual. So we can stay on track and really focus on how we're going to achieve what we want, okay? With Saturn in Capricorn, retrograde in its own sign of Capricorn, our karmas, our work, our past work, what work we have left to do, our ability to plan, our ability to see things clearly and make a logical, practical outline or game plan on how we want to move forward is there. As long as we put in the hard work and the dedication towards it, we can get there. With Jupiter in its own sign of Sagittarius, our ideals, are wanting to reach for our highest ideals and goals come into display, come into action. So we actually have the foresight and the vision to be able to reach those goals at this time. Then, of course, we have the sun in his own sign of Leo. So we're going to feel that we are empowered to be able to lead and manage our kingdoms or our lives, right? We will have that confidence in ourselves to be able to carry out the task. And lastly, of course, we have Rahu in Gemini and Ketu in Sagittarius in the Mula Nakshatra, right? So Rahu, a lot of astrologers say, is exalted in Gemini. A lot of astrologers disagree with that, but needless to say, Rahu is known to do very well in the sign of Gemini because it is the Vayu Tattva, or the element of wind, right? Vayu. So that is the same as the sign of Gemini. They both hold that same element. So Rahu is very strong in being able to achieve its desires in the sign of Rahu. And lastly, Ketu in Mula Nakshatra, in its own nakshatra, and Ketu is helping us to end everything. All past karmas we are able to complete at this time. And the moon sitting in Aquarius, okay? So all of these planets right now are extremely powerful and positive in delivering what it needs to deliver into our lives. And this moon especially, what it signifies, sitting in the sidereal sign of Aquarius, opposing the sun in Leo, it is also in a sign of water and love and healing, okay? Because the Jala Tattva is also not only love, but also healing. And Shakta Bishak Nakshatra is ruled by the ancient god of the oceans and the deep waters, Varuna. The god Varuna, Lord Varuna, is the deity of the cosmic oceans as well as water, the huge, vast expanse of the Jala Tattva. So this is showing that whatever we can do to contribute through love, how things that we have learned to be able to heal others, we have to share at this time. So let me try and say that in another way. The moon is illuminating, right, across from the sun. The sun is in Leo. It can show where we have worked really hard to achieve our own healing, right? And have a sense of pride around it. The moon is opposite that in the sign of society. Leo is very much the king, and Aquarius is very much the society. So how do we take those lessons that we've learned through our own hard work in Leo, through our own individuality, and bring it into society to benefit them, but through the spirit of love, not the spirit of pride, which is opposite. Through the spirit of love and healing, what can we contribute that can help heal others based on what we have learned in our lives and on our path? So I hope that makes sense and helps things to be more clear. I do apologize again for this glitch. I don't know why it does that in the middle of the video like that. I will try and figure that out so it doesn't happen again. I will do another video on this Rahu Ketu transit coming up on the third week of September. This is going to be a huge shift, so please keep your eyes open for that. Before I make that video, I want to try and deal with this glitch, so because it's kind of hard for me to focus when that's happening. But thank you guys again for joining me. I hope this has been a really insightful video and a bit more positive than yesterday's. It's good to know both sides, to see how these energies can manifest on both sides. But generally, when the planets are in their own signs, it's a very positive time, and it's going to be like this until for the third week, and it's even going to be like this until the middle of the month, until Sun moves into Virgo, okay, and joins that Gemini. But it's going to be super powerful. So I'd love to hear how it's manifesting for you as we go along. So please do interact with me in the comments and join my Facebook page, Visionary Veda. Please like, subscribe, and share. I do appreciate it when you do. And enjoy the life. Enjoy these positive energies, at least for the next 9 days to 2 weeks. Okay? Namaste. Take care. Until next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.